Good afternoon, viewers. Today we've got a very, very special guest with us. Someone I've actually not known for a very long time, but we've had some conversations here and there, and some really good conversations that we've had. And that's a new induction in our school to the PDHPE department. I think I've got that abbreviation right because I always make a mistake. And I really want to
Nailed it.
welcome Mr. Whitehead. We call him Thomas. I don't know. We can actually ask him. We've got a very interesting photo as well. So we'll actually ask. I'll call you Tom for now. I'm hoping that's your name that they call you in the house as well.
Yes,
So
yes, I do.
we'll ask Tom to tell us about himself, and because people want to know you because you're very new to the school, and also tell us about your amateur cowboy look as well in the background.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me on the for an interview. I've been very excited to do this, and it's been great to be able to see the interviews with all the other staff members and different people. I think it's a bit of a nice, I guess, highlight during lockdown. But yeah, the photo I sent you, that's me dressed as my favorite character when I was a kid. I guess it's pretty obvious. My older brother had the Buzz Lightyear costume, so I got the Woody one. But yeah, I guess I had a bit of a wannabe cowboy phase when I was younger. I grew up in Orange, over in the country there, so I guess that maybe inspired the cowboy look you can see in the photo.
Don't tell me you had a horse as well in the backyard.
Didn't have a horse in the backyard, but we had a few motorbikes and a few different things. But I learned how to ride a horse when I was quite young, which was pretty exciting and a pretty fun part of my childhood, I guess.
Well, on that level, I want to ask a very personal question. When you rode a horse, were your feet touching the ground?
I think probably until I was about 15, until I moved off the ponies onto a bigger horse. But I've always felt sorry for the horses. If anyone's seen me in person, I'm pretty big and weigh quite a bit, so there were definitely some strong horses to be holding me up.
I know, I meant the other way, because you know what? I've actually not seen the tallest person in my life, actually personally known someone taller than you. I got really intimidated. As you know, I probably look like a midget in front of you. So I really got intimidated when I was standing right next to you.
Yeah, no, I think most people initially see me and go, "Oh, this guy's massive. I wonder who he's going to be." But I think I'm a bit of a gentle giant. I'm definitely not don't have as big a personality as I look.
Do you know what? I'll give you a fact. I mean, in this department, always had taller people. The
Yep.
person before you was not as tall as you, but he was quite tall, I'll tell you that. And he's actually a very close friend of mine.
Interesting. It'd be if we get another, I guess, male in the PDHPE department, I guess that would have to be about 2.5 meters tall to keep the trend going.
That's right. What's your height? I mean, if you mind telling us.
Sure.
Let me
So, yeah.
make a guess. Let me make a guess first. I think it's 6'7".
You're right on the money. So I'm basically 201 centimeters, so just over 2 meters, which is, as I was growing as a kid, that's the number I wanted to crack. All my favorite, I guess, sports players and athletes are all just over 2 meters, so that's what I always wanted to do. So I'm 201 centimeters and 6'7", I guess, in old money. Yeah.
Well, so what I can do is I'll probably get your diet structure, and so I can start eating that diet. Hopefully, I can get to that size in possibly in about a few years.
Yeah, it's I guess I've got two brothers as well. So my older brother, he's 6'7" as well. We're exactly the same height, my older brother, and then we got my younger brother, who I guess is the runt of the family. He's pretty small. He's 6'4", so we always give him a bit of a hard time about how short he is and being 6'4". As a kid, I remember that he had a very interesting conversation with my mum, and said he was crying to mum when he was about 14 years old, and he's like, "Mum, I really want to be tall. I want to be tall like my brothers." And she said, "Zach, you're 6'3". What are you talking about?" So yeah, he's the short one in the family, and he's 6'4". So
he's the short one, and he's 6'4". Imagine if
definitely
I
have
was
some tall genes in the family.
well, probably your father's very tall as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I guess for their generation, they're pretty tall. Dad is about 6'2", around there, and my mum is 6 foot, so she's
Well, that's where you
definitely
get the
above
height
average
from.
height.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, look, they, good to know. So, got some trade secrets there. People, you're listening. That's how you get taller. So, there's no other way. There's no. That's the
I'd
only
like to
way
say
you get
it comes
taller.
down to. I'd like to say it's about eating your vegetables and exercising regularly, but I don't know how much of an impact that does have. But it definitely works for me. I don't know. Maybe genetics is part of it as well.
I think genetics plays a very big part. I'm
Yeah,
actually
massively.
I'm actually counting on that part more than vegetables.
I think most people are.
All right, tell us about something that you always wanted to learn in your life. I mean, I know you're quite young, you're not probably not even married, but there's always, people want to learn things. What's something that you always wanted to learn?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I'm a person that's always had lots and lots of different hobbies. Um, so like as a kid, I used to love riding bikes. Then I got lots into mountain bikes. Then I got into riding motorcycles. When I moved to Sydney, um, when I was 18 years old, I moved from the country to the beach. I learned how to surf, so that's became one of my big passions at the moment. So I guess that's something I'm still learning to do, and I want to keep improving in that. I got really into rock climbing as well, so I'm in the Blue Mountains at the moment, and hopefully get a chance to do some rock climbing up here. But I guess I'm a person who always likes to have something on the go and would like to learn new skills. I'm not a person that can really sit down for too long and watch Netflix all day. I sort of love to get out and try and learn new different things and different skills. So I guess I can't give you one specific thing I want to learn because there's always so many things in my head that I want to, I guess, learn.
Well, if you want to do surfing, you're in the wrong place at the moment. The only water you can see in Blue Mountains is probably
Yeah,
just a stream coming down the mountain.
exactly right. It's all pretty flat lakes and waterfalls. So I don't know how much fun that would be or how long that would last. But yeah, it's I'm getting pretty excited to get back to the beach for summer. It's 27 degrees today up here, so yeah. So with summer just around the corner, I'm pretty
Well,
excited
it's
to get back to the
definitely,
beach. Hopefully,
it was our last day of winter. That was yesterday. So yeah, we're not far away from summer.
no, I've actually seen snow here twice in the last 3 months, so it's been really pretty interesting time.
No, I tell you what, I like cold better than summer. So I don't know. Well, you probably are a surfer, so you probably prefer more a warmer climate than the colder ones.
Yeah, well, I used to where I grew up from in Orange. It's a pretty cold place. I don't know. Both my parents really didn't like the cold weather, but they picked the third coldest place in Australia to go and live and for me to grow up. So I guess I got pretty used to it as a kid. And as soon as for some reason, they left that place after me and my brothers left home, and then they moved to the second coldest place in Australia. So I don't know what they were planning on doing, but it's I've always loved the cold, but it's nice to get somewhere tropical occasionally as well.
Yeah, look, it's always nice, as you said, but it's always good to go out and have fun as well. When it's really cold, then I can tell you, it's not really. A lot of people actually don't go out and have fun in that cold environment.
Yeah, I think they're missing out on it. It's great.
Well, tell us. I mean, what's something that you know really well?
Something that I know really well, I guess.
Something that people
I think
normally come to you for. There's always something. Okay, you know what? Let's go to Tom for that one.
I guess being a sport and PDHPE teacher, I guess sport's my thing. My sport of choice, I guess. I spent a lot of my, I guess, life rowing competitively in Australia and overseas, which was pretty exciting. And played a lot of basketball and a lot of Australian rules football as well. So they're sort of my three specialties
Well, you said
that I've.
rowing. I'm assuming you probably went to UK as well because there's some really big clubs over there.
Yeah. I've been pretty fortunate. I got to go over and racing at the Henley on the Thames there in London, and in Amsterdam and a lot of the biggest regattas, I guess, in the world, at world championships and World Cups and different things like that. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. Sporting, I guess, for that provided a lot of opportunities for me to travel and see the world, which is pretty exciting.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you're a teacher. What made you choose this career? Like, you're such a great active sports person. Everything's working for you. Your physique, your age, everything, your skills. Now, why did you decide to become a teacher?
Why did I decide to become a teacher? It's something I've been trying to figure out myself for the last 5 years, to be honest with you. But I think it all links back to my time at school, through year 11 and 12, some of those really important years in your life. I guess I had some amazing role models that were teachers, that were my teachers, and specifically PE and health teachers. I really related to those guys, and they were really strong role models to me and showed, I guess, the importance of being fit and healthy and following good diet, nutrition, and how that can have a really positive impact on your life. And I saw that, I guess, that stuff they instilled in me, and I thought that really made a difference to me. So I guess I wanted to pursue that career path and be able to provide that sort of knowledge and opportunity to the kids that I teach in the future, I guess.
No, that's a very good choice. I mean, definitely a person like you can bring so much on the table, I'll tell you that. But it's always that limelight as a sports person, especially I can definitely say, because you said you went on rowing to London as well, and that's everyone's dream to be there because such big rowing clubs are out there. And I know
Yeah,
you're an AFL player as well. So having said that, that could be like a career of media all over you, money. I mean, you're talking about contracts and everything else. What does a teacher
yeah,
make? We don't want to go in that conversation, but a teacher does not even make enough to pay his mortgage.
yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, I've had the conversation with different people to say, "Oh, why did you not pursue sport or and go that direction? Why did you go back to something teaching, which doesn't, I guess, pay the massive big bucks as other, I guess, career choices might have? But I guess you can really make a difference to people's lives, I guess, in
That's
this
right.
career. I guess with sport, it's such a can be there's team aspect to it, but it's a bit of an individual pursuit and can be a bit of a selfish act. It's all about you and your performance and getting better and better and better to improve yourself. But I guess the path I've went down, I guess I have the opportunity to help other people as well, which is something I think is really important.
I think you nailed it by saying that. Definitely, to help people brings a lot to mentally and physically as well. Like, it's such a great thing that we always think, I'm doing it for the people, I'm doing it for everyone else, and you are also having a good life in return to that.
Yeah, exactly right. I think it's important that people have good role models and see people doing the right things and having the opportunity to learn from other people that I still do all the time. I love going up to people who are professionals or good at different things and try and learn something from them. So it's great when I have students or different people come up to me and ask me about different things. I find it really, really exciting and love to, I guess, share a bit of my knowledge and different things that I've learned, as well. So that's great. It's really,
Oh,
really good.
that's really great. I tell you what, I'm elated with your answer. Like, I'm happy to have worked with someone like you, such a young person and got really high ambitions. My prayers are with you for a lot of success.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. There's not much sport going on at the moment, but no, it's good. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything comes back and we can at least watch some sport, which would be really good.
On that level, do you watch football? I mean, not the one that you guys call football. I mean, the soccer, the other football.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
I, I watch a lot of the tournaments and I watched a lot of the Olympics, but there's I'm following so many sports. So I don't think I have space in my brain for another one to really lock into. But I definitely keep up with it just enough to so that when the kids ask me about it at school, I can
what's your take on
have a
Manchester
conversation.
having Ronaldo come to them?
I think I wouldn't like to say that they needed the help, but I think it's great. It gets the headlines out there, and I know I've had some good conversations with people about it who are really excited, and I'm happy when people get excited about sport, and because I think it's such a great part of life, and when people get excited about sport, it's really
It
cool. And
is.
if Ronaldo's doing that, it's awesome.
I'll put you on the spot. Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo, probably. I'd say.
Okay, that's a good answer, I guess. All right,
You
what
can't
are
really go
people?
wrong. They're two of the best.
What are people usually surprised to find out about you?
What are people surprised to find out about me?
I think your height's not a surprise. It's not. It's just a giveaway.
Yeah, you can usually see me coming from a mile away. I guess maybe that I'm not a big, scary person. I guess you see a massive person coming towards you that I guess they start blocking the sunlight and it goes dark and you can't see anything. And you go, oh, who's this person going to be? But I think I've been described as just a big, friendly giant, which is really nice. I guess people are surprised to think, to see that I'm not some big, scary person, that I'm just a normal person who's happy to have a conversation with someone,
I mean,
which is nice.
something that you do. I mean, it's not about physical things. Something that you do in your life, and that people don't know when they hear, okay, you Tom, you do that as well. Something that really got your colleagues surprised at work.
Surprising thing, I think people when people find out that I surf, they will usually go, "Wow, that must be a big surfboard." Or people find out I do rock climbing as well, and they go, "How do you support yourself off 3 fingers on a big rock wall?" I think that's always pretty surprising, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that one, I think.
Well, I'll come back to you. We'll have another interview on that one.
Sure, the follow up. We'll see how this one does first.
All right. Do you have any advice for all of us watching later on and people that be watching? And, we're in those difficult times. We like to be coming back to normality, seeing the children and having all that, because we're all looking for some sort of advice. So would you like to say anything to everyone in AIA listening later on?
Sure. I guess my biggest advice to people at the moment is make the time and take those opportunities to get outside, even if it's just a brisk walk around the block. You don't have to go for a 20-kilometer run or a big bike ride or anything like that. I think just any time you can spend standing up, walking around in nature, outside, find some grass, find something and get some fresh air is super, super important, and something that I've been really relying on in this lockdown. To get me through it, and it helps my mental health and my physical health as well. Try and I guess eat as healthily as you can. It's pretty easy to get down in the dumps and order takeaway again or do something like that. But I guess eating nice, fresh, healthy food and getting outside and doing some physical activity are my biggest takeaways, and something that I think could help anyone, I guess, push through this pretty dark time and see the light at the end of the tunnel, I guess.
Well, look, it's such a great advice. And I would say, especially connecting back to the nature, which we hardly do. And there's an opportunity, which you said. I mean, just going out, looking at and walking in the grass and just looking at the nature really helps.
Absolutely. It's
such a sporty advice as well, because you got people doing the physical activities there.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to go out and do all the stuff that I like to do, but I guess whatever suits you and your, I guess, fitness level and what the stuff you like to do, go out and try and do that a couple of times a week and see the kind of benefits you get from it, I guess.
All right, look, it was an honor, Tom, to know you. And is that what your parents call you as well, Tom?
Yeah. Tom, with my parents and family and friends call me Tom. Yeah.
Well, that's it. So I've found something out. So people listen later on. If you're worried, you want to call him Mr. Whitehead or Thomas or Tommy. I mean, his real name, which he would like people to call him, is Tom. So that's easy.
There we go. There's the fact that I want people to know about me.
All right, Tom. What we're gonna do is now the fun part for me, not really for the ones who are watching, the ones who are on the receiving end. It's that quiz that really gets your mind thinking.
Okay.
And so my quiz for you today is that one there. So I'll get you to listen to it carefully, and then after that, I'll give you about 15 seconds to answer that question. Are you ready?
Okay, sure. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Elevator guy. Okay, so there's this guy who lives in an apartment building. Each day he comes down from floor 10 and goes to work. On the days when others are in the elevator, when he comes home from work, he goes directly to his floor, no problem. But on the days when it's quiet, he only goes to floor 7 and then he walks up the stairs the rest of the way. On some occasions, when it's rainy, he also has gone right up to floor 10. The question is, why does he sometimes only go to floor 7 and walk the rest of the way? The simple answer is that
Okay. I think it has something to do with the buttons. Like maybe he doesn't have hands or something, so he can't press the buttons, but when people are with him, maybe they can reach the button to go to floor 10 because it's up higher. It said something about the rain as well. What would the rain do? Maybe... I don't know the rain part. Maybe he's short. Maybe he's a shorter guy, not like me, and he can't reach the 10 button, I guess. But he can reach the 7, so he has to press 7 and walk the rest of the way.
So you're saying he's short?
Maybe he's a shorter guy. I think.
Okay, he's the shorter guy. It was very hard for you to relate to something like that. Let's find out if that's the right answer. Very hard. Definitely very hard for you to relate to someone like that. I tell you what.
Yeah, I was not being able to reach something.
Yeah,
What?
you probably will be looking down at the buttons in the elevator as well when you go in and pressing any buttons. Okay.
See, I probably can't. I can't press floor number 1, but I can press floor number 10.
All right, let's have a look at this one.
this guy is very short and he can only reach as high as the button to floor 7. When it rains, he has his umbrella, so he can hit the floor 10 button with it.
Oh, it's the umbrella.
There you go.
Right.
So you got it right. Congratulations.
Thanks. I couldn't figure out the wet weather thing, but
well, I had to cherry pick it for you because I was thinking you're not going to be able to relate it to that one.
It is tailored to me, isn't it? That's good. I like to do stuff like that. It's good. Just stretch your brain a little bit and think outside the box. It's good.
No, it was really good to have you, Tom, and you have a great day. And I'll look after yourself, and I'm definitely looking forward to have more conversations when we return back to school. All right, have a good one. Look after yourself.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Are you going to share your photo? Because I haven't received it yet.
Yes, I'm trying to find the right one right now.
Okay.
I've got a few I can send to. I'll find a good one. I had to ask my mum this morning to send through some photos.